Unhedged is a fast-paced thriller. It's a story of conflict between right and wrong, between loyalty and greed, between love of family and love of self. Unhedged is set in a world where I have lived for 26 years. I was a hedge fund manager. I worked at the best hedge fund in the world with the best performance. I worked at Lehman Brothers. I worked at Salomon Brothers. But nothing's more rewarding than writing for me. When I really came to the conclusion that this is what I wanted to do, it was after September 11th, 2001. I was supposed to be in Flight 93. I didn't show up for the flight. And I put it out of my mind, any connection, and it wasn't really until 3 months later when the FBI showed up at my doorstep and showed the passenger manifest to my wife and my 2 young kids and said, "Why wasn't your husband on the flight?" I was down at ground zero that day. Lots of devastation, lots of horrific memories came out of that day, including ones that I'll carry with me till the day I die. My kids, every time I left the house, after the FBI came here, they'd say, "Dad, where are you going? Are you flying? You're gonna be safe. You're gonna be home tonight." I hung up my cleats, so to speak, left Lehman Brothers, and spent time with my kids. Out of that came Unhedged. Unhedged is a story of 3 main characters. Vernon Albright is the multi-billionaire founder of Parthenon Capital Limited. He's the guy who puts his name on a building, not for any charitable purposes, but so that he could say, "Look at my name, it's up there. I'm Vernon Albright." The problem is that he entered into a trade that he shouldn't have. He's facing having to trade his pinstripes for prison stripes. Buck Hendricks is the billionaire oil man, a shadowy figure that Vernon Albright cut a Faustian deal with. Buck wants some control of Parthenon. You don't control Vernon Albright. You just don't do it. But in this story, there's always a good guy. Jeremy Cranford is a family man, but he's conflicted. He senses something's amiss, but what's he to do? Does he risk biting the hand that feeds him? And at what price? The danger starts early in Unhedged. There's a gunman lurking in the bushes. Why is he there? Maybe there's somebody after Jeremy and his family, someone threatening them. Unhedged tells a story where becoming a millionaire only whets your appetite to becoming a billionaire, where people will sacrifice anyone and anything to get more of what they already have. And the only way to escape that world is in handcuffs or feet first.